What's up guys, High Value Hacks back with another weekly video. Thanks for joining me. For those of you, if it's your first time, I welcome you. My name is Joe. I'm an entrepreneur, investor, business, life, and relationship coach. Today we're going to be going over 5 tips for self-improvement. These are some basic but important tips, or at least I think they're important for those of you just starting out on your journey of growth and success. We're going to dive right into it. Number 1, making enough time for rest. So before you can really start taking on doing more, you need to make sure your basic needs are met. One of the most important needs is getting enough quality rest. Resting avoids burnout. Now I do notice a lot of high functioning people are always in burnout, which means you're always tired. I mean, we're always tired for us, that are doing a lot out there, right? But you want to make sure you take that time for rest, because if you're not resting, you're operating at 50% capacity 100% of the time, rather than sacrificing a little bit of time to actually put that rest in. And now you could be operating at 90%, even if it's only 80% of the time. So typically, if you're operating at 90%, right, you're gonna be getting more done within that shorter period of time. You're gonna be more efficient, you're gonna have more energy, you're gonna be more driven. How do you make time for rest? Well, for me, going to bed early is probably the easiest. Even if I can, most of the time when I get home, I'm pretty much shot. But if I'm used to going to bed at 10 or 11 o'clock, you want to shoot for 8 or 9 o'clock because those extra 2 hours really make a big difference in the morning. Listen to your body. If your body's telling you that it's tired, you need to take a rest. Even if it's a nap, take a half day from work or take an afternoon off. Do something where you're disconnecting, maybe reading, something that's not requiring too much energy, to just give your body that extra rest time. This way the next day you could wake up refreshed, get out there and get after it. Number 2, drinking enough water and staying hydrated. This is an important one. Not drinking enough water can cause dehydration, which leads to cloudiness, unclear thinking, bad moods, lack of motivation and energy. For most people, it's recommended that you drink 1 gallon per day. So 1 gallon per day is a lot. How are you gonna squeeze that in? Well, this is what I do. I get myself one of these bottles here and I fill it up every single morning, typically before I go to the gym or the night before. Today I went to the gym and I'm actually way ahead of myself, because if I do go to the gym in the morning, I end up taking one of those shaker bottles and drinking the pre-workout and then another shaker bottle while at the gym. So I'm well ahead. I have one of those water filtration systems. I think it's called Zero Water. Fill it up every night or every afternoon. This way I've always got water ready. I don't have to go through water bottles. Drinking water first thing in the morning is huge, because you've gone through 8, 9, maybe 10 hours of absolutely no water. So waking up and replenishing your fluids, since your body is I think somewhere around 80% water, that'll jumpstart you for the day. That's probably the most important time to drink water, just because you've gone through the entire night without it. Number 3, taking time and reading more books. So reading actually works out your brain. Reading strengthens brain activity. Reading is actually a neurobiological process that works out your brain and keeps the muscle active. You don't necessarily need to read any type of books in particular. Me personally, I like to read things that help improve my life and my career, and something that's going to teach me some knowledge. For those of you that like to dive into a nice fiction novel or a story novel, something that you could really connect with, that's okay too. The point is, when you're actually physically reading the words off of a page, it's proven that it works out that brain muscle. It keeps it active and it keeps your mind fresh. It prevents it from deteriorating, like staying on Instagram or Facebook all day, which does absolutely nothing for you. Number 4, eating healthier foods. I'm sure you guys have heard this one all over the place, but life really is much easier and more enjoyable when you feel more energized and well fueled. You are what you eat, and what you eat is how you feel. Try to eat fresh foods whenever possible. So have any of you guys ever gotten lunch while you were at work or something like that, or you're out with friends, and you get Chinese food or you get something fried and you get something really heavy, and then you just feel like you want to take a nap after? Well, that's the effect of putting bad food in your body. Try to get a salad, something fresh with grilled chicken on it. You'd be surprised at the difference it makes in your energy levels throughout the day. Same thing with breakfast. I'm not a big breakfast person, but don't start off the day with something heavy, fried. It's not gonna energize your body the way that you want. I personally try to stay away from fried foods and heavy foods as much as possible, just because it makes me feel sluggish throughout the day. I try to keep it light, eating every couple of hours, but keeping the meals fresh. whether it be yogurt, an apple, and a salad with grilled chicken. For dinner, if it's chicken, brown rice, all that stuff kind of works into your energy level. That's another big thing too. The whole eating before you go to sleep. If you eat a big heavy meal within 2 hours of going to bed, believe it or not, your body's not resting while you're sleeping because it's spending so much time digesting the food that it's not actually focusing on resting. So it's recommended that you don't eat within 2 hours of going to bed. And if you are gonna choose something to eat, choose something to eat that's gonna be beneficial to your health, not something that's just gonna store and sit there all night and make you feel sluggish. Number 5, adding more movement to your day. Movement and exercise jumpstart your body and mind. Exercise also improves brain health, helps manage weight, and improves your ability to do everyday activities. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm big at waking up first thing in the morning to get active. 5 a.m. is typically my wake up time to go to the gym. I do challenge you guys that if you aren't doing it already, give it a shot and see how you feel. I guarantee you're gonna love the results. I get to go to the gym, and any type of workout or any type of movement is almost like your mind going to the spa. So your body moving gets your brain going as well. You'll notice that after you do finish and go to the gym or go for a walk, even if you start small, just get out, go outside and walk for 10-20 minutes. You can start there and then work your way up gradually. But you are gonna find when you do start the day and then you end up going to work, you're already hours ahead of everybody else. You've been up since 5, it's now 8, you're at work. These people rolled out of bed at 7, got their shit together, and then rushed to work. It's gonna take them 2 hours of coffee and whatever else before they even wake up. So they're gonna waste those 2 hours just getting into it, where you're on the ball, you're there, you've got energy, you're going, you're beating everybody around you because you're already 2 hours ahead of everybody. But like I said, it's important to start somewhere, right? So if you're someone's like, I don't know where I'm really gonna find time to work out or exercise, start somewhere small. It doesn't need to be an hour a day. Once you start with 10 minutes, that turns into 20, that turns into 30. Once you commit to even 3 days a week, 2 days a week, start somewhere. You'll get the momentum going to where you'll start enjoying the way you're feeling, you'll start enjoying the way you're looking, and it'll become a habit, which is gonna lead into something long-term, which obviously is gonna help with weight loss, mindset, your energy levels, and clear thinking as well. I wanna thank you guys for joining me for another video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. If you have any questions or ideas on something you want me to do on another video, feel free to drop a comment or reach out to me directly. If not, check you guys on the next video.